Good morning, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us for this month's edition of the Japan 2020 Digital Show, where we talk about all things Olympics. I'm Will Dupree, coming to you from Austin, Texas.
And I'm Andrew Martin in Fresno, California. But, Will, we're going to start with a twist because we also want to talk a little Super Bowl on our Olympic digital live stream. And for that, we're going to welcome in Jack Doles, the lead reporter of our Super Bowl team down in Tampa, Florida. And, Jack, the reason why we want to bring you in here is because the Super Bowl is a massive event like the Olympics. And we kind of wanted to get a sense of what things are like on the ground. So you've been in Tampa for a couple of days now. Have you noticed anything out of the norm from normal Super Bowl years, obviously in a COVID-19 world?
Yes, Andrew. I mean, just go to Media Day yesterday. Monday is always Media Day. We get to, last year it was at Marlins Stadium. Every player was on the field. We had access to them. You know, we just walk around, try and grab your interviews in the short time that they allot. Well, yesterday, it was all virtual. Tom Brady was in a room by himself. The Kansas City Chiefs won't get here until Saturday, the day before the game. So that's a huge difference right there. Obviously trying to keep the Chiefs in their bubble in Kansas City. Tampa Bay is going to continue to keep their players in their bubble here in Tampa. So we won't see any of these players face-to-face until game day. And even then, we won't be able to do any one-on-one or face-to-face interviews. All of that will be done virtually. So that's a big difference right there.
And Jack, for you all in the media, I mean, what is it? Are you allowed to go to the stadium? How is that set up for you all?
So, Will, our live shots are right outside of Raymond James Stadium. That's probably as close as we're going to get. I don't think we'll be inside on game day. Last year, as soon as the game ended, we got to go out on the field. You know, we were in that sea of confetti, and then we started doing live reports. And, you know, if you could grab a player on the field, you'd grab that interview. But this time, we will not get that access. CBS, I believe, will be really the only ones, reporters and cameras that you'll see on the field for that. So the MNFL is limiting access and limiting the possibility of people spreading COVID to each other. The stands will look so much different. You know, think about this. Tampa, the first city ever to get to host and play in the Super Bowl in the same year, and there will be 14,500 tickets sold, and they gave away 7,500 tickets to vaccinated healthcare workers. So only 22, if my math is right, 22,000 fans in the stands for a Super Bowl this city's hosting. And you also look at this, Andrew and Will, since Tom Brady came here, the Lightning won the Stanley Cup. Well, they did that in a bubble in Canada. The Tampa Bay Rays got to the World Series. They played that in a bubble in Texas. And now they've got a team in the Super Bowl and only about 25 to 30% capacity. So this city picked the wrong year to be great in everything.
And, you know, Jack, that leads into what I was going to ask you next is, again, everything is different right now in a COVID-19 world from a security standpoint. You've been on the ground now for a few days out there. How are people being kept socially distant when, like you said, even if you're not allowed in the stadium, even if there are only going to be 22,000 fans in the stadium, you still have an entire city of Tampa Bay fans in Tampa Bay for the Super Bowl. How is security handling things?
Well, I know just from check-in for our credentials, you have to wear a mask to walk inside the building in the convention center where it was all housed. Radio Row is very limited. It's nothing like it was. You've been there in the past, Andrew, and that's a beehive of activity. Well, we're doing our show Big Game Bound from the roof of WFLA from their deck instead of Radio Row because we just wanted to limit our people to COVID, to the possibility of getting that. So there's not quite the buzz, but, you know, as we checked in for our credentials, I'm sure you've seen them by now, 6 feet apart, the dots you stand on, and then when that person moves, you move up to the next one. That's kind of the system they've got in place. You know the drill. But on our live shot podium, only you can be up there. You can only be up there if you're going live. You can't stand up there and just shoot the, talk about stuff with another reporter. You got to be up there, do your business, and then you get out. So they're limiting what you can do. We can still do our job, but it's a lot of virtual interviews. And it is what it is. You go with the times and do the best you can with what you've got.
Small sample size, obviously, Jack, because, again, it's only Tuesday of Super Bowl week. You've been on the ground there for a few days. But let's project forward to the summer in Japan. Based on what you've seen so far, do you think that this model can work for the Olympics?
The concern I have there, Andrew, is you're bringing the entire world in there in huge numbers. So you're bringing all of these athletes in from the United States. Where are you going to? We know what it's like in athletes' village. They don't go there to stay apart from each other. These athletes congregate. Lunchtime is a great time where they just meet all these athletes from other countries, and you just start up these conversations. That's going to be limited. Now athletes will get there, they'll compete, and they'll be told to leave. And they won't be able to get there like for opening ceremonies, and then, if they compete on the last day, stay there. They'll only be able to come in, from the plan I've seen, just a couple of days before they compete, and then they'll be in athletes' village. So that's going to be a different look. But you've got the whole world coming in. So, and who knows what they bring in. So, Japan's got a big decision to make, and they're going to have to make that pretty soon. Do they go forward with this or not? Can we vaccinate all the athletes? Can you vaccinate everybody that comes into that country? That'll be a big question. Are we going to be able to get in if we haven't been vaccinated? They've got a lot of things to determine before these games can happen safely, and it's a big deal for them.
Jack, one more question for you. Since you have covered the Olympics so often and been to different cities and countries that have hosted these particular games, when you look at the set of circumstances that Tokyo is facing right now, what is your probability? How do you look at this and say, is it possible that they actually pull this off and have the games this year?
Well, I'm more hopeful now that we've got vaccines that are being rolled out. I'd be even more hopeful if we had a process that got these out quicker, kind of like they've got in Israel. But that's got to be across the world. So I'll be curious to see if there are protocols, like if your country hasn't done this and this, then we'll ban you from the Olympics. I'm not as optimistic as I was when they first postponed it, but I'm still hopeful. Maybe that's just the soft side of me that wants to see Donovan Brazier, who's worked so hard for so long to try and get that chance to compete on the Olympic stage in the 800. He's the reigning world champion. He had peaked at just the right time, and then all of a sudden the plug gets pulled. So I know he's still in great shape. He's still there. But if you pull the plug on these athletes again, the mental toll is going to be huge. And then the physical toll, can you stay in shape and motivated for 3 more years? Because that's what they're going to have to wait for this opportunity again. So, these are difficult decisions that have to be made. And, look how much Japan has invested in these Olympics. And if they don't have them at all, that's tough.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Jack Doles, our lead reporter on our Super Bowl coverage this week. Jack, we'll let you get back to the big game. Quick prediction, who's going to win?
Well, it's the GOAT versus the baby GOAT. It's hard to bet against Tom Brady, but Patrick Mahomes I've never seen anything like this guy. Put a little pressure on him, and he almost becomes more dangerous. So as long as he's got his weapons, and as long as he's healthy, I will not pick against Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, so he didn't pick Tom Brady, Will, but he's not picking against Patrick Mahomes. Jack, thanks so much. We'll let you get back to it. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much, Jack.
All right, see you guys.
You bet. And Will, let's give a shout out to Big Game Bound, 1 o'clock Eastern. So that's a little plug for after this live stream. If people want to check out our Super Bowl coverage with Jack and the great team down there in Tampa, they can certainly do so. I kind of agree with Jack, Will. Obviously, I'm optimistic and hopeful that an Olympics can take place. Jack and I will both be there with our team in Tokyo if it does end up happening. But I mean, you're talking about, what, 12,000 athletes from 200 countries? It's a lot different than, I mean, 22,000 people is a lot of people in a stadium in Tampa, but it's not people from, that many countries, that many parts of the world. So it's a tall order.
Yeah, and we're also awaiting what the Olympics will decide to do with the safeguards it would like to put in place. They have not yet released those particular plans. We keep checking to make sure that we see those and report about them, but they're not out there yet. So while the Super Bowl is doing its own precautions and maybe serves as a model for the Olympics, we're still not sure what the Summer Games in Tokyo are going to do. But first we want to talk about a few Olympics-related headlines for you all watching this morning. Important to note that Friday actually marked 6 months until the opening ceremonies of the Tokyo Games. And as that approaches, there is reporting about how Team USA is going about building its roster for the highly decorated men's basketball team. And Andrew, as you well know, the men's basketball team, they are a winning team. They've won 3 gold medals in the last 3 Olympics.
Yes, Will, the word that I would use is probably dominant. The first time that NBA players were used in the Olympics was 1992. That dream team in Barcelona with Michael Jordan, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, just the list goes on and on. But get this, since the Olympics have had basketball, and this is even before NBA players were around, Team USA is 138-5. That's its Olympic record, 138-5. But
that's a pretty good record there.
Just a little dominant. The invitations have gone out, approximately 60 of them actually, for the player pool, and there are some new additions. Zion Williamson from New Orleans, Trae Young from Atlanta, Ja Morant from Memphis, Duncan Robinson from Miami. They join names like LeBron James right there, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. What remains unclear right now is how the NBA playoffs will affect the team selection process. The NBA is planning the latest possible date for the NBA Finals, July 22nd. That is 1 day before the opening ceremony for the Tokyo Games. Now, last month, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said that this season's schedule was created, quote, to give our players the opportunity to participate in the Olympics should they choose to do so. The Associated Press is reporting that USA Basketball not planning tryouts. The team will be chosen by a selection committee.
Yeah, very important to point out there, Andrew, as you said, that the latest the NBA Finals could happen is just 1 day before the opening ceremonies. That could affect who goes to Tokyo to represent the U.S.
Yeah, absolutely, Will. And there was talk several months ago that Olympic basketball might not be able to include NBA players for that specific reason, because we saw it with the NHL in Pyeongchang. I mean, typically you would have NHL players on Team USA, but they didn't want to pause their season, and the NBA doesn't want to do the same thing as well. And Jack mentioned you had that bubble, in Orlando, in Florida, that took place last year that pushed the entire season. That season it certainly pushed it a few months, and that's going to affect next year as well.
That is true. Well, in other news, Olympic organizers are denying recent reports that the Tokyo Games will not happen after all because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Japanese authorities and the International Olympic Committee dismissed a story from the Times of London that quoted an anonymous government official claiming it's been concluded the Games will be canceled. Speculation was fueled when Japan's government put Tokyo under a state of emergency order to curb a surge of COVID-19 cases. 2 recent polls also found that more than 80% of the people in Japan say either the Games should be canceled or postponed, or they believe the Games won't take place. Now, in the coming weeks, the International Paralympic Committee will release playbooks that will, quote, outline the personal responsibilities of everyone who attends. Vaccinations may begin this month in Japan, but experts predict herd immunity to COVID-19 won't likely be reached through mass inoculations until months after the Olympics.
So, Will, we've got a story right now that definitely is a head scratcher. It definitely has people talking, opens some eyes, and I, for one, think that it's a little crazy, definitely far-fetched, but something that is absolutely worth talking about. The CFO of the state of Florida suggested that if the games don't take place in Japan, hey, bring them on to the Sunshine State.
Right.
Isn't that? I mean, when you first heard that, what did you think? Because I thought this is crazy talk.
At first, I had to read it twice because I was like, there is no way that this is what they're pitching. But they're saying, hey, if Japan won't take them, we'll bring them to the U.S. here in Florida. And I'm thinking, what?
Yeah, so a couple of things here. First of all, the CFO of Florida, who is obviously a top official in the state, he recently sent a letter to the IOC urging it to move the Summer Games from Tokyo to the Sunshine State. And he cited examples. You've had UFC in Jacksonville. The NCAA, the College Football Playoff National Championship, was held in Miami. The NBA bubble in Orlando. Obviously, the Super Bowl this week in Tampa. So you can hold events, in Florida, massive events during the pandemic. But obviously, here are the questions that get raised. Will, if the games are getting canceled, they're getting canceled because of the pandemic. How can it be safe to hold the games anywhere, let alone in a brand new place where, I mean, let's face it, $15.4 billion is what we keep seeing is the cost to have these games in Japan. And it takes years and years, sometimes decades of planning. That letter that was sent to the IOC, it does not include details on how much it would cost, who would pay for the relocation, but it definitely got people talking. Right, it got people talking. So I guess in that sense, people are thinking, hey, maybe Florida.
Maybe that was the goal this whole time, is to get a little bit of attention for Tampa, as if it needed any more based on what's happening this weekend there.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a public transportation system,
Right.
Or at least one that is easily accessible through all the major cities. If you wanted to have an event in Miami, an event in Orlando, an event in Tampa, theoretically you could, but how are these athletes, a lot of whom, may not be familiar with the U.S., may not speak, the English language, how are they going to get from one place to the next? And again, how are you going to organize all this with 6 months to go? So a lot of questions definitely being raised, but at least it was an option on the table, right?
They're putting it out there, that's for sure.
Of course, Will, obviously the cloud that hangs over everything, we talked to Jack about this a little bit, is COVID-19. And, for that, we want to turn to our expert, our infectious diseases doctor from upstate New York, who has been so gracious with his time and can provide answers since he himself got the COVID-19 vaccine.
That is right. We're talking about Dr. Stephen Thomas. He has joined us for months now on this show talking about the latest on the COVID-19 vaccine. I asked him also about double masking and coronavirus variants and how that might affect the Olympics. So let's take a listen. Dr. Thomas, thank you so much for being with us. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Will.
First up, I want to just check in with you because the last time we spoke, you had just gotten your second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. How did it make you feel afterward?
Well, I had a pretty sore arm, but it lasted for a very short period of time, and it was almost like someone kind of flicked a switch. It just went away. So it lasted about 24 hours. Some people have absolutely nothing. Some people have sore arms like me, and then other people have gotten them more kind of fever and chills and some headache and fatigue. But again, it starts pretty quick after you get vaccinated, and then it goes away.
So much conversation has been had lately about the variants that have shown up. We know of at least 2 variants that originated in other countries, have now shown up here in the U.S. And now a lot of people are raising the possibility of having to wear 2 masks when they go out in public. I want to ask you about that. How necessary do you think that particular precaution is at this point, since those variants are present now?
Dr. Fauci had mentioned that it just seems kind of logical that 2 masks might be more protective than one. I'm not totally convinced that this sort of incremental increase in protection. Remember, these types of masks are to protect others from the person who's wearing the mask, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that these masks are not, they're not foolproof. If you've ever worn one, you know that air goes out of the sides, air goes up through the top on the nose, and it's possible that by wearing 2 masks, you further disrupt sort of the fit, allowing more air to go out either through the top or through the sides or through the bottom. So I personally, I'm not so sure that wearing 2 masks gives you any real more bang for the buck, if you will, and you would really just be better off being 100% compliant with wearing your masks when you're outside of your family unit or your pod, and whenever you possible to practice physical distancing.
How do you think these variants might complicate holding the Olympic Games? Because you're having people, it's just the nature of the games, they're traveling from other countries that may have variants and then all converging on one place.
I don't think the overall principles or concepts are any different, whether it's an old strain or a new variant strain. I think to be able to safely hold sporting events like this, whether it's a basketball game at a high school or the Olympics, there's going to have to be a washout period for athletes. There's going to have to be a quarantine period for athletes and the staff who are going to accompany them to the games, and there's going to have to be robust testing, and it's not going to be the same types of games with huge opening and closing ceremonies and Olympic Village and everyone kind of being very social. It's going to be very the business of competition, I think, is what it's going to be, and go there, do your sport, and then go home.
Well, Dr. Thomas, thank you so much for making the time today to talk to me yet again. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
The business of competing, Andrew, is what he said there, is what we should expect potentially if the Olympics is indeed still held. One point I would like to make as well is that Dr. Thomas, we asked him about the possibility of requiring athletes who go and compete to be vaccinated before they do so, and he said what he has said in the past few months is that he questions whether those coveted doses that could go to someone more vulnerable, someone who has underlying health condition or is elderly, giving that particular dose to someone who's in peak physical form and condition. So we'll have to wait and see what the Olympics says or what some of the countries' organizing committees say, because they may come up with their own rules before sending athletes to go and compete in the Summer Olympics.
Will, I'm actually okay with that mindset, because I agree. I mean, if you've got a healthy, a viral, a young, virile, I guess is the way to say that, athlete that is at the top of his or her, peak physical condition, they shouldn't be able to jump the line, because there are people out there that truly do need the vaccines, the frontline workers, et cetera. But at the same time, if you send, and Jack kind of alluded to this as well, if you send, 12,000, athletes to one centralized location, and the recommendation is that they get vaccinated, but there's no requirement, you might have the start of another pandemic on your hands. And that's why I think there are people out there. We've seen the reports from Japan that are secretly thinking that these games might get canceled. We hope that's not the case. And I had the chance to catch up with a boxer from my backyard here in California that is so hoping. I mean, you can hear it. He actually gets choked up when he talks about it. He's hoping that the Olympics take place, and he's training as if they will. It's our pleasure right now to catch up with Tulare boxer Richard Torres, an Olympic hopeful in now 2021. Richard, what has the last year been like for you?
Yeah, so we got put on a little pause button, but instead of going to Tokyo, we went to Spain and France. I was able to get 2 gold medals there, and just a bunch of training camps. The Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs is actually closed down because of COVID, and so we went to the training center in San Diego for a little bit, and we've been at and are currently at right now a hotel. And it's kind of crazy at this part. We're at a hotel, and we're here for like 2 months, and we're training at an abandoned Macy's, like a old Macy's that used to be a Macy's, and it's pretty cool. It's interesting training atmosphere. Kind of makes me feel like I'm in a Rocky situation, but yeah, it's cool.
You're under the impression that the Olympics will take place this summer, right? What have you been told by the USOC, by the IOC, by any official governing body?
Yeah, so the USOC and the IOC, they have both told me that the Olympics are planned to go ahead. And with that being said, I'm really hoping that they're right about that. I know that there's been some reports about, Japan might not want it, or some national governing bodies might not want the Olympics to be there. But what I've heard from the USOC, from USA Boxing, my coaches and managers, is that it's a go. And I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed for that.
And what exactly do you have to do to qualify officially for Team USA?
Yeah, so I have one more qualification. I'm currently qualified through the USA, but now I have to qualify internationally. That should be in Argentina in May. And if all goes well and I get a top 3 spot, I will be going to the Olympics in 2021.
Nice. So you have no problem with traveling then, right? If the Olympics are on for this summer, you have no problem traveling. How has it been like for you, during the pandemic when a lot of people have not been traveling?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely changed the way we travel. I mean, we're bubbleized. We can't go outside the hotel. The only time we do go outside the hotel is to the Macy's and back. Masked everywhere unless we're in our hotel room or we're training. And we really do try to take all the precautions necessary to stay safe. And I'm really thankful to USA Boxing, the management, and through Team USA that they've given us the opportunity to travel. They've made it safe for us to travel, and I'm really appreciative of that.
Do they require COVID tests wherever you go?
Oh, everywhere. Yeah, I got that nose test at least 20 times already, and it's not fun, but you get over it.
Have you tested negative each time?
Yes. Yep.
Last year when I asked you about the Olympics, you talked about it being a lifelong dream. Do you feel antsy right now, like you're just ready to get there and show what you've got? I mean, how has the last year changed your mental outlook on what you're about to face?
I mean, it's definitely made me antsy. I thought last year was going to be a year that changed my life, And so to get that push on hold, it definitely was a little, rattling. But I'm really thankful to be able to do it again. It's kind of helped me focus in on my goals and what I wanted to do. It's helped me focus in on my boxing, my technique. It's helped me to refine my skills. And I'm actually a little thankful for what this has given me. Some people can either sit and start eating. My dad says you could be at home eating Twinkies if you want to, or you could get out and train. And I got out and trained.
There you go. So do you feel like you're a better boxer now than you were at this time last year?
I do. I really do.
It's our pleasure right now to catch up with Tulare boxer. So, Will, coming out of that interview, a couple of things that stand out. Obviously, the fact that they are training in an abandoned Macy's. That's the definition of adaptability, isn't it?
No kidding. And I love that he said he feels like he's in Rocky.
Yeah. He's a guy who, and I've done a couple of stories with Richard in the past. He's a guy who he takes a Rubik's Cube with him wherever he goes. He plays the guitar. He's got the right attitude. The one thing that you feel for is that there are several, athletes who have already qualified for Team USA. Mm-hmm. He's not one of them. So while he is hopeful that he will, this entire year, as he said, just kind of put him on pause. He was planning on turning professional after the Olympics. He basically just lost a year of his life, or a year where he could have potentially made money because he wanted to stay amateur status so he can compete in the Olympics. And again, we don't know if he'll be able to this summer. We're hopeful that he can, but we just don't know yet.
Yeah, and on he trains.
Yeah. So that's what he does, and he's, as he said, he's confined to a hotel room when he's not in the abandoned Macy's or traveling. But at least they are traveling. They are taking precautions. Before we go, we want to show you guys a legendary athlete who also happens to be from my backyard, here in Central California, from Lemoore, California, a legendary athlete who is getting the honor. You could say that this might be this is as impressive as getting a gold medal. Okay, maybe not, but it's a notch below. But you get to be on a Wheaties box. How cool is that? Everybody who's over the age of 30 knows what a Wheaties box is.
It's an iconic honor for any athlete, but we're talking about this time, the one who is going to be on the cereal box is an Olympic runner and racial equality activist, Tommie Smith. He will be on this limited edition cereal box. There you see the picture that General Mills released to us. You'll remember that Tommie Smith raised his fist on the medal stand during the 1968 Summer Olympic Games alongside John Carlos. Wheaties called Smith a true champion and trailblazer for his athletic feats and his activism. Smith said in a statement that it's an honor to be on that box. And the Wheaties box featuring his photo goes on sale online in April. And get this, Andrew, the revenue from the sales will all go to benefit the NAACP.
Which is fitting that we are talking about that during Black History Month in February. Tommie Smith, certainly an ambassador for the Olympics. And again, he's from Lemoore, California, which is only about 20 minutes from Tulare, California, which is where Richard Torres is from. I probably should have asked Richard about Tommy Smith because, I mean, it's somebody that he could look up to and hope to emulate one day because, I mean, to be an Olympic champion, there are few things in this world that are cooler than that.
That is so cool. All right, everybody. Well, we've come to the end of our show, and we hope you all have liked what we've covered, and we're going to try to keep on reporting about the coronavirus and its impact on the games. And as soon as we know what kind of playbook the Olympics will put out to safely hold the event, we'll jump back on and share it with all of you at home.
And hopefully, Will, we find out by the time we're on next, which is the first Tuesday of the month. Our next stream is on Tuesday, March 2nd. So we'll see you then. Thanks so much, everyone.